Yes, so the last part that we are remaining to discuss over here in pollination and fertilization chapter is the fate of floral parts after fertilization. Okay, so in the previous videos we have studied what is pollination. Okay, we studied about the types of pollination, self pollination and cross pollination. After that we studied about the agents of pollination, right? And we discussed certain examples related to pollination, the sweet pea and the maize plant. Okay, later on we studied about fertilization, how it takes place. Okay, what all parts of the flower are involved in the process of fertilization, right? The pollen grain that is produced inside the anther, and the pistil, okay, in which the ovule is present, right? So all those things we have already studied. So the part that is left behind is the fate of the floral parts. What happens to the different floral parts once the fertilization is over? Okay, so the first point, as you can see over here in the video, petals, stamen, style and stigma, they fall off. Petals, stamen, style and stigma, they will be falling off. Calyx may fall off or it may remain as persistent calyx, as you can see in brinjal. So this is the picture of the brinjal. Okay, the cap, green cap that you can see over the brinjal, it is the persistent calyx. Okay, right? Permanent calyx you can say, right? So the calyx may fall off or in certain cases it may remain. Okay, and if it remains then it is called as the persistent calyx. Okay, yeah. Next is the ovary. The ovary will be enlarging and it will be forming the fruit. The ovary wall will be forming the fruit wall. Fruit wall is called as pericarp. Understanding? So the ovary, it becomes large and it forms the fruit, and the fruit wall will be converted into, sorry, the ovary wall will be converted into the fruit wall called as the pericarp. Okay. Yeah, the fruit wall may be fleshy or it may be hard depending from one fruit to the other fruit, right? After that, ovule. Ovule is converted into the seeds, and integuments, which were the coverings of the ovule, they will be converted into seed covering or the seed coat. Okay, ovules become the seed, integuments become the seed coat, right? Secondary nucleus. Remember, two polar nuclei, they will fuse together to form the central cell. The central cell will fuse with the second male gamete and it will form the secondary nucleus. So this secondary nucleus forms the endosperm. What is endosperm? Endosperm will be the stored food material inside the seed. Okay, so within the seed the endosperm is present and it is the stored food material. Okay, and when the seed germinates, that time it will be using this endosperm and it will be growing, right? Fertilized egg cell forms the embryo. We discussed that one male gamete fuses with the egg cell, that is the female gamete. So this fusion of the male gamete and the female gamete is called as fertilization. So the fertilized egg cell, it forms the embryo. Now what is embryo? Embryo is the future plant. Okay, the embryo will be containing the future root called as a radical initial and the future shoot called as the plumule initial. So radical initial and plumule initial are present in the embryo. That is why the embryo is called as the future plant. Okay. Now fruit may contain one or more seed depending upon how many ovules were present inside the ovary. Okay, and these seeds will be attached by means of placenta inside the fruit. Okay, so this is the fate of various parts of the floral parts. Okay, what all things they are forming after the fertilization is over. Once again, the ovary will be converted into fruit, ovule will be converted into seed, secondary nucleus will be converted into endosperm, and fertilized egg will be forming the embryo or the future plant. Okay, so this was all in this particular chapter of pollination and fertilization. So we are done with this chapter. Okay children, bye.